Hello friends, welcome to Akulmach Live. My name is CK. Today the theme of discussion is about the remote working, and all kinds of works are getting transferred to remote location. Basically, people are now preferring to work from remote location. However, there are certain jobs which we think cannot be transitioned to remote working environment. And sales is one such job which we think cannot be transferred. However, today I'm going to tell you certain things, certain tricks and tips using which you as a company and you as a sales guy can transition your sales work and work successfully from remote location. Let's look at the first point. The first point is building relationship. The sales activity is all about building relationship. But then you will ask, if I'm not meeting the client and I'm working from remote location, how I'm going to build relationship? So in today's environment, when even the client is not coming to office and probably working remotely from his home office or from some other location, where is an opportunity for a sales guy to go and meet the client physically? Because many clients may be working from remote location. So in such a scenario, your relationship building must be from a remote location also. Now, how you can build? You can actually get into video calls, because that is a current technology. In future, there may be some other technology, augmented reality, we don't know. But in today's environment, the video calling is the in thing. So you can start looking at how you can actually start communicating with your client using the video tool on regular basis. Now, suppose you have 500 clients, you would like to get in touch with all 500, but then it is impossible. So you have to divide these 500 clients into chunks of 50 to 60, where you actually have 50 to 60 interactions on daily basis. Just talk to them for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then that will help you build relationship. It is not going to be too much for your client also, because by the time you finish your 50 clients, you have spoken, but 450 are still remaining out of 500. So it is not that you are bothering the client on daily basis. You probably have one conversation in 1 week per client, which is okay. And how much time you're taking? You're actually taking only 5 to 10 minutes of video call. What will you discuss in this video call? You will actually discuss about how you're doing, what is your need, things like that. You're just catching up with the client so that the client does not forget you. And then if you are able to do that regularly, then you're never out of mind and never out of out of the mind of the client, right? So therefore, this is something which is very important. Using the technology, using the video calling facility, you should be able to generate enough interest with your client, and also make sure that the relationship, the bond is very, very important. And if you do that regularly, there is a lot of confidence. So you don't have to meet the client physically, you can do it using the technology. So that is a point number one. Let's move on to the next trick or tip using which you can become an excellent sales resource in a virtual world, and that is utilizing technology. Technology is utilized. I already mentioned that you will have a video conferencing tool. You may also require a CRM. Now, the CRM is provided most cases will be provided by the company, because company is actually looking at how many clients you have, how many prospects you are working on, which marketing have transferred to you. So if there are certain prospects transferred to you, how many are getting converted? So in today's environment, when people are working remotely, it is very important for companies where you are employed to look at these tools and look at implementing the CRM type tool, so that there is a consolidation and everybody is hooked on to the same system. As a sales guy, you will have your region defined or your set clientele defined, and prospects are also given to you. Now, physically, it is very, very difficult to do that. So therefore, technology has to be deployed via organization, where you can actually hook on to CRM, log in into CRM and see what is the activity you have planned for today. You can actually write diaries. You can actually provide whenever you have a call with a client, if there are needs you are able to capture, you will be able to maintain that in a diary, and therefore certain information you can share back with the organization. Certain information you can keep it with yourself, as long as it is tracked methodically by the CRM. Basically, if you start noting them down, it will be very difficult for you to maintain everything. So not only the video calling, but you must also have data keeping technology with you. Now, when it comes to video calling, it is very important for you to get into a habit of organizing yourself in such a way that you are presentable, you have right methodologies, and you must have a lot of I am getting a message from area, and they are saying a lot of echo. All right, let me try to see if I can fix this. Area, thanks for the information. All right, so you have to get into the presentation skills when it comes to utilizing technology, especially when you're getting into a video call. So that is number two item on our list. Let's look at the number 3 item, which is the effective virtual presentation. Effective virtual presentation, because you are now presenting virtually. You are now giving presentations in a virtual world. You are utilizing the video calling facility to make the presentation. Now, when you are actually presenting physically, when you are standing in front of the client, then it's very easy for you to gauge the reaction of the client. However, when you're doing it virtually, the trick of making virtual presentation is important. There are enough videos available in social media which gives you training. So please make sure that the sales, as a sales guy, you nurture your virtual presentation abilities, where you're able to capture the essence also with all your clients, whether the client is one is to one, or it could be one to many. So in both the cases, your client, you must be able to get what you're trying to say to them clearly. At the same time, you should be able to also gauge what client is asking for. So when you're doing presentation, you should also get into the mindset of getting information in terms of what the client is expecting. So it's like a nurturing a totally new mindset, new mindset as well as skill set when it comes to virtual presentations. And if you're working from remote location, in any case you will be doing that. It is important for you to make sure that the activities are handled virtually. Therefore, this is a skill to have, and you must start looking at how you can get very good in virtual presentation skills. So that is number 3. Let's move on to the next point, and that is understanding needs. So the whole debate is, if you are a sales guy working from remote location, how will you gather the need? The thing is that you have to be present in front of the customer. But remember, friends, if you are not in front of the customer, and if your customer is also working from remote location, so it's not going to happen at all. You will never be able to meet your client, and once you are not able to meet the client, you will not be able to capture the needs of the client. And remember, in the first slide, I spoke about finding ways of communicating at least once a week with your client. So utilize that time to gather the need, and do not talk too much about your product, your offering, because that is boring. It has to be a friendly conversation with the client, where the client says, okay, this is what I need. So within 5-10 minutes of follow-up call, you should be able to gather what the client needs and then focus on that need itself. Because if you're only talking about your services, your offering, the client says, okay, this guy is talking about his services, and my need is something else. And after some time, client will lose interest in your product and your service. So make sure that don't talk a lot when it comes to video platform. Try to get into communication, some sort of a conversation where you try to capture as many needs of the client as much as you can. All right, let's look at the last point, and that is the follow-up. So follow-up is very important, and you will be able to do follow-up if you use certain technology as like a CRM, which will tell you what follow-up you have to do with your client today, because it is impossible humanly when you are talking to your client remotely to exactly where you left off your conversation last time when you spoke to him. So you must actually very heavily rely on CRM. So when you're talking to your 50-60 clients on daily basis, you must look at the CRM and you must understand where did you leave off the previous conversation and where you stand today, and how it is going. And therefore the client may also be doing that, because your client may be working from remote location. At the same time, since the client is working from remote location, you don't have any limit. You can build client network anywhere in the world. So therefore it is important for you to make sure that when you're making a diary entry in your CRM, make sure that what you need to follow up next time when you speak to the client. It is absolutely important. There are certain things which are more important in virtual world when as compared to the physical meeting. So this is something which is very, very important, and therefore this is something which are certain key messages that I gave. If you're a sales guy and working from remote location, there are certain things that you have to look at in order to be successful, in order to generate revenue for your company. So friends, thanks for watching, and if you have any question, please do not hesitate to send it across, and I will catch you again in the next one.